Who cares to admit complete defeat? Step one, okay? We admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. Now, after alcohol, in between that, we admitted we were powerless over alcohol, that our lives had become unmanageable. So there's two parts to that. And evidently, they've been explained as they were then. And hopefully, I can make it simple, plain, to people like me who need it simple and plain. Who cares to admit defeat, complete defeat? Do you care to admit complete defeat anytime, ever? Practically no one. No, practically no one, of course. Every natural instinct cries out against the idea of personal powerlessness. It is truly awful to admit that, glass in hand, we have warped our minds into such an obsession for destructive drinking that only an act of providence can remove it from us. You can't do it yourself, can you? You've tried, and you've tried, and you've tried. As I've tried and tried and tried. No other kind of bankruptcy is like this one. Alcohol now become the rapturous I'm not the RAPACIOUS. So rapacious creditor bleed will trying to make it simple, okay? Alcohol now become the creditor bleeds us all of self-sufficiency and all will to resist its demands. Once the stark fact is accepted, our bankruptcy as going human concerns is complete. So we admitted we were powerless over alcohol. Right, you've got to do that first. In addition to admitting you had no control over your life. Alcohol was king. It was unmanageable. It had become unmanageable. That's what it does. It progressively becomes death. Upon entering AA, we soon take quite another view of this absolute humiliation. We perceive that only through utter defeat are we able to take our first steps towards liberation and strength. You know, when you've been in the fucking boxing ring and been battered by a champion repeatedly, the only way to overcome that, to beat that, is to not get in the ring. Hands up. You win, Gov. We know that little good can come to any alcoholic who joins AA unless he has first accepted his devastating weakness and all its consequences. Unless he first accepted his devastating weakness. You know, this is devastating acceptance that you can't drink, you cannot. Powerless. No choice. Automatic. Until he so humbles himself, his sobriety, if any, will be precarious, dodgy, on sand. Until you finally admit, admit yourself to the belief, you know, that you're powerless. You've got no choice. You switch your power off to a light. I've used this before and it's gone. There's no power. You put alcohol in you, it's the same effect. You are powerless.